Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today guys, as you can see, we're in a new place right now. I finally officially moved down to my new place in Virginia, and I live on the water now. Hopefully I get to live here for the next couple of years. This is one of my family's houses. This is where me and my brother are going to live for the foreseeable future. Hopefully for the next couple of years. Hopefully I can keep this house in the family. I love it. I mean, being on the water and everything, but when I'm making videos, it's kind of hard because sometimes you do hear people in jet skis and in boats going by, and sound does travel a lot more in water, and we do get a lot more wind down here, so the wind may be blowing and affecting the camera quality and the recording quality, so I do apologize for that in future videos and in this video. But the cool thing is, sometimes guys, you may get to see bikinis in the background. So, on to today's video and topic. Now, the reason I'm doing this video, even though I know it's an old topic by now, is because I recently took my girlfriend to Walmart. She's been asking me to teach her just how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Basic level entry stuff, you know, just basic things, nothing complex. She just wanted to learn how to play the game because I do a YouTube channel and just things like that. And she sees me playing it a lot. So, I went to Walmart and I decided to get her, I was like, hey, let me get you a starter deck because you don't know how to really play. It's usually basic stuff in there, and I said, hey, usually it comes with maybe some basic cards you can use if you want to play a deck later on, instead of buying the packs and buying a structure deck, which is a little bit more complex. Just thinking like this. And so I went to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Section at the Walmart, flipped over the box and looked at the back row, and I had heard some bad things about the 2015 starter deck. So I was just like, let me look at the card list. And I looked at it and I said to myself after a while, and I picked up the other one and looked at it because, you know, there has the one with Yuya and the one with his antagonist friend. And protagonist. Excuse me, antagonist. Ugh, messing up. But I looked at both of the boxes and I said, these are some bad starter decks. These are not even good. I said, hun, I'm not buying this for you. So what did I do for her? I brought her the hero structure deck. I said, fudge it. I'm just not going to spend it. It's not worth the money. I said, let's buy the hero structure deck. This is a lot better for you, hun. So after looking at it, and then I had remembered hearing what other people had said, and I talked to a couple friends about it, I said, I knew I did the right thing, but still, I couldn't believe how bad it really was, in my opinion. Compared to previous starter decks of the last couple of years. 2013, we got the Symphony Daijins. Maestro was a card that was a good rank 4 XYZ for 2013, 2012, 14, early part of 2014. It was pretty much a staple in the rank 4 pool for a good while. And plus you had the little drummer boy in there, you had this string guitar guy. These cards were used for the early part, and still some are used in certain decks even nowadays. The 2013 one had had Utopia support, had Utopia V for victory, introduced, you know, rank ups, had some cool staple cards I remember coming in it, and things of that nature. The 2004 one I think was the best. It had like 15 brand new cards, introduced Pendulum Summoning into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a lot of cool things in it. But compared to the 2015 one, compared to these last 3 years, 12, 13, and 14, this year's, was awful in my personal opinion. I mean, heck, the 2012 one I actually made into a deck I still play today, an XYZ Synchro deck, for fun, that I used to teach people and play against them if I'm having them learn the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this one today, the 2015 one was just bad, in my opinion, and it got me thinking, what are some ways they can improve upon it? Now, do keep in mind, I completely understand that this is not geared to players that are currently playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It is geared towards beginners that see the show online, see people playing it, and want to learn the basic mechanics. I understand that. But still, I feel like they could have done a lot better, and maybe made a lot more money, so to speak, if they had just done some simple things. So let's talk about those simple things they can do. Improve some of the cards in there. Give newer players some basic staple cards that they can use in other decks that they go after they've gone past, you know, mastering the starter deck. Because I look at that starter deck and I'm like, there's only like maybe 2 or 3 staple cards I could use in other decks going forward that I would really want to use. Mirror Force being one of them. Everything else is just like, bleh. I mean, a lot of the stuff I looked at it, I was like, this stuff was printed when I was starting the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Originally printed. And I was like, this stuff is so old. It's really not that good. I mean, I think Dark Hole was printed in it, like always. It's printed in the starter decks, but still, there's a lot better things you could have done. You could have reprinted Solemn Warning. Yes, it's got a reprint, but it's a $3 to $4 staple card. Good card that you could use to reprint. You could have reprinted Regeki. I know a lot of people stated that. It's still a $13 to $12 card. It's a staple card, not complex text, gives the basic mechanics. Bottomless Trap Hole, another one they could have reprinted, teach them the banish zone a little bit, that things can get banished. Solemn Warning I always talked about. Regeki, Bottomless, Pot of Duality could have been reprinted. Why? Because this is a slower paced deck. You could have put Pot of Duality in there as a one of. Could have taught them, hey, do I go for, do I go offensively and special summon this turn, or do I not go special summoning this turn? And even after I thought about all these new cards they could have made it in better, not even going into the monsters they could have added, or the simple fact that they did not even add pendulums, even though we are in the pendulum era, which kind of like threw me for a little bit of loop after I thought about it going on the way home. I said, they only introduced one new card in each. That's really, really bad. I mean, heck, in the 2013 starter deck, we got Crane. I mean, that became actually a card that was used for a while. It's still used. Even people use it in Burning Abyss to some degree still. But alas, only one new card in each of the starter decks. Bad, so bad. And it got me thinking, maybe they're trying to do it because they're trying to make the game as simple as possible for these newer players. And I get that, I understand it, but why can't you just give them some decent good cards so they could use those cards for later on? And heck, even if it's not even geared a little bit to the newer player who can use those cards later on, just gear it towards like the players already playing, because not everybody has Regekis, and Regekis is kind of somewhat it's an inexpensive card, but still, it's a card that could have used another reprint, even though it's only got one in, it got one recently in Premium Gold 2, Return of the Bling. So, I feel like they could have done a little bit more changes here and there. We print some staple cards that they've reprinted a lot of times that don't have complicated freaking card text. I mean, Regeki is not that complicated. I mean, I know you could have some problems with some of these other cards, like I mentioned, like Pod Duality. I mean, I've seen the things people have done on DN, so I understand maybe that could be the reason why. But still, I feel like they could have improved upon it for newer players in the game, so when they go to, they master it, playing against their buddies that got the other starter deck, and they decide, hey, I'm gonna go to locals finally, or this place that I see people play Yu-Gi-Oh at, and they go there, and they're gonna get trounced. You could be playing Fortune Fairies, I think you could say. You could be playing anything, and they're gonna get trounced if they just think that that's a good deck, and that's gonna be demoralizing to that new player. I've seen it all the time. And then when they have to find out they have to invest more money into something else, they may be less hesitant if they're younger and money's hard to come by, because maybe they just spent their $10 on that thing. But that's just my thoughts, guys. I feel like Konami could have done a little bit better. And I know this is an old topic, but I wanted to discuss it because of me and my girlfriend and what we saw. I feel they could have done just a little bit better to improve upon it. Just simple things. Simple things. That's all you need to do. And they didn't do it, didn't do these things, which I think would have really helped the starter decks. But those are just my thoughts, guys. Tell me down below, guys, do you think they could have improved upon the 2015 starter deck? I mean, I know a lot of people saying, you should just buy the older ones because this one's really bad, and I agree with that. I mean, there's nothing, I don't know. It's just not that good. I'm happy I brought her the Masked Hero deck, even though that had a little bit more of a learning curve to it. But whatever. Till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling. Tell me what you think. I mean, I think if they had just improved upon it, given them a little bit more complex cards, it would make the player think, it'd make them think through their plays a little bit more, learn things a little bit more differently. I mean, a lot of these cards are pretty straightforward, I feel like. I mean, I know for a newer player it may not be. I can understand maybe that's why they didn't do it, but I feel that there's enough good, staple, straightforward cards out there that are not archetype based that they could have done something with it. Just my thought. Tell me what you think down below, guys. And until next time, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see all of you guys next time. Seto Kaba, I'm out for you guys till next time, and good luck dueling to all of you.